This is Lake Temagami area chart, and today I'm starting up in the northwest side there on the north arm and making the corner there and heading up to the northeast arm to a site called Tetapaga River. All right, here's the marine chart showing the start up in the northwest corner of the chart and stop at Tetapaga River. The distance about 13.3 nautical miles. Time en route was 3 hours and roughly 40 minutes. And the average speed about 3.6. Here's Jeff's map showing a little better detail of the actual boat site and the Tetapaga River itself, which would be a good kayaking area. All right, here's the last campsite I'll be at for this trip. I'm going to spend a couple of days here and do some kayaking. I've got some firewood ready to go for tonight. I did a little splitting. There was a couple of chunks of wood here, so I didn't have to do all the cutting. And out that way is the canoe route. There's a little bit of a river that goes up through there, and I'll plan to do that later, not today, but tomorrow. And again, show you some of the tie-up arrangements. I've got my starboard guy connected to a big old trunk here, tree trunk. That's a remnant of one that died a long time ago. And I'll use that kayak a little bit more tomorrow, and then I'll show you the rest of the tie downs here so you can see. There's a starboard bow tied up short to a tree there. Fairly steep coming in here, so that helps, but plenty of room for the gangplank to, as you can see there. And then the port guy, or bow line, I should say, is over here. And then back here, tied off to another trunk, old rotten tree trunk, but still stout enough that it's holding. And that's for the port guy. Right now I'm waiting on Mike and his, I don't know if he's bringing anybody with him, but he's got to replace a fuse that was blown on the 12-volt outlet, which affects not only the charging system, which I use aggressively, as well as the pump to the head for flushing. So it'd be nice to have both of those working. I can get by with a pail with the flush, so it's not the end of the world on that. And I think I have enough battery to finish the trip with what I currently have, but it'd be nice to have that 12 volts. So I'm looking forward to those guys showing up here pretty quick. All right, here's Mike coming to save my bacon with the 12 volt system. Got to get this on film, you know.
Should let me know. I would have worn my full
Yeah,
suit.
your tuxedo. Yeah. Mike's coming to save me. There we go with Mike coming with the toolbox, so we know we got it fixed for sure.
Glad you have so much confidence in me.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that serious. I could have gotten by without it, but it's nice to have it because
Yeah, for sure. And you should have it.
Well, the pump was no big deal. I can use a bucket, for that, but I do use the 12 volt system quite a bit, so it's nice to have that.
not sure why it would have popped a fuse. Because it's been okay up till now, right?
Well, I think the reason is if you run the pump at the same time you're running this, then
Just a little bit too much
that's
draw.
too much.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what happened. I was recharging my drone batteries.
Yeah.
And then I went in and probably used the head. I think that's what did it.
It's just a little.
Because that
little
pump
bit too much.
draws quite a bit of
It does,
energy.
yeah.
When I found out it was on the same circuit, I figured out what happened. But